everybody, what is up? Happy Whiskey Wednesday night for Buffalo Trace Antique Week. Hell yeah. What's everybody doing tonight? I want to welcome everybody in. Thanks for coming in. Everybody settle in. Going to be a fun night. Going to be drinking some, obviously some awesome whiskey tonight, guys. So, yeah, everybody settle in. I want to say hi to a bunch of people in the chat. Before we get started tonight, obviously got a lot of whiskey I want to get into and really kind of talk about BTAC and get into some of the flavors of these bottles. Plus, we will be doing some really cool giveaways tonight, guys. But before we get into that, let me say hi to you guys in the chat. Here we go. I want to say hi to Trev Wilson, of course. My pregame, the pregame guy is always in the house. Let's see. OG Brick is in the house. Sorry guys, gotta scroll down here. Oh, here we go. Jason Coates, Arthur Lopez, Jimmy Jazz, Donner Pass Whiskey, Jermaine Compton's in the house. How you doing, man? Robot Scott, Christopher David. We had a lot of pregame squatters in the house tonight. It was awesome, man. Thanks for coming in, guys, and hanging out. Monroe Doctrine's in the house. Did I say Donner Pass Whiskey? Brandon Elliott. Stellar Matrix. How are you doing, Mrs. Matrix? Brian Muller's here. Nicholas Villaggio. How are you? Whiskey Shenanigans. What is up, Mike? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for coming in. Charles Ashworth is in the house. How you doing, Charles? Thanks for coming in. Dram Man, Kentucky. What is up? Loch Ness is in the house. Always great to see you, man. Victoria C is here. Jason Coates. Moose 76. Jason Grezik. Jimmy the Kid. Let's see. Robert Kometz is in the house. Ben Demon Hunter is here. Radislav Traps. Alondra Williams. Hello, Alondra. How are you? Alex Scavo is here. How are you doing? Who else we got here? Trev Wilson is modding. Sipper Schulzer Club is in the house. What is up, Jeremy? Peter White is here. Cap and Make It Happen. Ben Stahl. New Menium is in the house. Andrew Beard. A lot more people coming in. Yeah, I got my Buffalo Trace shirt on tonight. Hey, Blind Whiskey Reviews is in the house. What is up? How you doing, John? Thanks for coming in. Dragged his ass out of bed for the live stream, I see. Emily Chambers is here. How are you? I Whiskey She Wines. Oh, cheers, Jason. Can't wait to hang out with you this Sunday. Oh, thank you so much, I Whiskey She Wines. I'll actually get to your super chat, but just for that, I'm going to give you a mash and crash. Woo! Get the night started. Josh Embry, he's ready to drink some water. Yeah, I got some water down here. We're going to need a lot of water tonight. So before we get started, guys, before we get into the whiskey and what we're going to be giving away tonight, there's the Dancing Ron Swanson. Thank you so much, Bobby and Sam. If none of you have checked out Bobby and Sam's channel, it's a must watch. They both Bobby and Sam are amazing. So thanks so much. Hey, Spencer Mavis here. Bourbon Saints in the house. What's up, Chris? And Whiskey Crusaders. What is up, Maddie? Sunday Evening Scotch is also here. How are you? Vincent Valentino. A lot of people coming in. Great. So I want everyone, if you can, if you have a bottle of, the reason why I have this bottle of Wild Turkey Rare Breed in front of me is because today just happens to be this man's 85th birthday. Everybody, give it up for Jimmy Russell. If you don't have turkey, if you have something poured already, let's raise a glass to Jimmy Russell. He is a reminder of how bourbon was, is, and how it should be. Everybody raise your glass. Happy 85th and many more to the legend. Let's give it up for Jimmy Russell, everybody. Cheers to Jimmy and many, many more. I'm sipping a Wild Turkey Rare Breed. This is one of the older bottlings. This is 116.8 proof. Figured that'd be a great way to get the palate going, jumpstart the palate tonight, guys. I was. Oh, I see the elephants coming out. Oh my God. Awesome. All right. So this is what we're going to do tonight, guys. So Not many news stories. There's only a couple that I want to talk about. And then we're going to just dive into the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection. Let's see how these bottles are for 2019 this year. What I will say is I'm going to be doing this tonight. So because you guys know I love to share my whiskey, especially when I find really great bottles like this. I'm fortunate enough to get my hands on these. I want to give out some samples. So tonight, what I'm going to be doing is giving away a sample of William Larue Weller and also a sample of Thomas H. Handy. And if you look at the bottom of the screen, if you super chat tonight, I will put you in a drawing tonight to win a pair of samples. So the winner of the super chat gets, oh wait, we just got another one. Robert K. Metz donated $1.99 through super chat. He writes, "Happy birthday, Jimmy." Cheers to that. Happy birthday, Jimmy. Let's give it up here. Mash and Crash for Jimmy Russell and Robert K. Metz. So if you super chat tonight, you will automatically be entered to win a sample of both William Larue Weller and Thomas H. Handy for this year. And I also have some George T. Stagg from last year if you want to try that too. So you get either 2 or 3, whatever you want, to try once you get selected tonight. So total of probably 4 or 5 samples tonight, guys. So hope you're excited. I'm actually keeping a spreadsheet here. So I'm going to put in I Whiskey She Wines. And Robert K. Metz in here. Okay. Whoa, totally spelled that wrong. All right, awesome, guys. All right, first and foremost, I want to thank my Patreons. I know I got a new patron that's hanging out in the chat, Nicholas Villaggio. He just became a patron this week. So, Nicholas, I sent you a message. Thank you so much for coming in, and I appreciate you becoming a patron. Thanks so much. Cheers. If you guys thinking about becoming a patron, please do so. Have a lot of fun on the Patreon channel. Have some live drum sessions. It's a lot of fun. Let's see. Let me go back to the main scene here. We got 2 more super chats. We have Loch Ness. He comes in with a $9 super chat out of Canada. Happy birthday, Jimmy. $1 for every inch. Yes. Very nice. Let's see. Peter White with a $2 super chat says, "Probably my only shot at these." All right, Peter. Brandon Weiss, may the odds be ever in your favor. Also, thanks, guys. I will add you. Let me write these names down so I don't lose track here. Loch Ness, Alex Scavo, Brandon Weiss, and Peter White. All right. Thank you so much, guys. All right. You guys are in. Oh, we got Brett Colombo, too. It says, "Cheers, Jason. Thanks for all the great content." Thank you so much. Blind Whiskey Reviews, you could spin the drumstick like Tommy Lee, but can you steer a boat like him? You know what I mean? That's a personal question. You know I can. Do I have a boat? I don't have a boat. All right, Brett Colombo. Let me write your name down. Awesome, man. It's times like these you wish you had somebody to help you out here. Arthur Lopez. You're entered. Jim Muller. New Menium. $10, man. Thank you so much. And the Linux Cat comes in with a $2 super chat. Awesome, man. I'm going to give you 4 crashes. All right. Yeah, seriously. Thank you all for the super chats. I appreciate it. Hold off on the super chats for now. Let me get through the news, and we could get into the tasting. Then I could pay attention to some more of the super chats here. So, all right. So, news stories. Not too much going on, guys. But I did want to talk about something interesting that came across the Newswire, and I kind of want to get your thoughts on it in the chat. Hey, we have Frank Castle, the Punisher, is watching the channel. He just came in with a $5 super chat. And Trev Wilson, he says, bromance equals BTAC. Definitely. Good luck, everyone. All right. So check this news story, guys, out. So in this picture, you just see a bunch of bottles. But there's a private group that is saying that the TTB plans to eliminate standard bottle sizes that could potentially harm consumers. So early this year, the Alcohol and Tobacco, or the TTB, proposed the elimination of all but minimum and maximum standard bottle sizes for alcohol and distilled spirits. Right now in the United States, we have 7 different standard bottle fill sizes. If spirit producers want to release a product, the alcohol in the bottle can only come in one of 7 sizes. The most common, as we know, is 750 milliliters. The others are 50, 100, 200, 375 milliliters, also 1 liters and 1.75 liters. Now, the new proposal would remove these in favor of a minimum size of 50 milliliters and a maximum size of 3.785 liters. So the TTB is currently accepting public comments and feedback. Now, a private nonprofit called the National Consumers League, which has operated since 1899, is claiming that the move would damage how customers understand the products they're purchasing. So now think about it, guys. If you eliminate, well, we got late Dancing Around Swanson's coming in. I think I got you, Trev, right? I got you, Trev. So that means there would be no standard bottle sizes anymore. That means you can make a bottle in any size you want. You can make a 2-ounce bottle. You can make a weird, 400-ounce bottle, which I think makes it weird when you talk about value, when you kind of walk into the store and you kind of deciding, what you want to buy. It basically leaves store owners to figure out how to stock an influx of random bottle shapes and sizes. It's, think of a store owner trying to put these weird different bottle shapes on the shelf, which is just really crazy. Ben Stahl just comes in with a $5 super chat. Thanks so much, man. He says, cheers for the BTAC and all the limited fall releases. Absolutely, man. Ben Stahl, you're in. Okay, I have all my names right here, including these guys. Okay. What do you guys, have you guys heard about this yet? Have you come across this, have you heard about this news story about these? I mean, think about your standard bottle sizes, and if there was no laws against just being able to bottle whatever size you want, I don't know. I would have to kind of, as consumers, you're kind of looking at the shelf and you're thinking, well, I could get 400 milliliters of that for this price, but then I could get 550 milliliters of, for this. It's kind of a weird thing when you think about it. And then when you think of store owners trying to place these different size bottles, we'll see if it's going to happen, but I just thought it was kind of an interesting idea and something that they're thinking about. It's really kind of odd. ADHD Fishing's in the house. He says they can eliminate the size of their bullshit. Hey, Dusty Dan's in the house. Nice to see you, buddy. Haven't seen you in a while, man. DH Silva's here. DH Silva says, and of course, imagine how much money Blanton's can make by changing the bottle size yearly so all the horses change in size. Could you imagine, man? Just like 2020 will be like super big ass horses. Then we'll have little teeny tiny My Little Pony horses. Crazy. All right, we have, Linda Lawn just came in with a $4 super chat. And Whiskey Shenanigans. Nice. All right, thanks, guys. We're going to get a double crash in there. The government just needs something to do. They think they're relevant. Good point, Robert. So true. Yeah, it's like, really, come on. Just leave the bottles alone. Is there something wrong with the bottles? I don't get it. Whiskey Shenanigans, you get the Dancing Around Swanson, as you can see. Next news story, guys, is this one right here, which is the final whiskey in the Game of Thrones collection announced. You guys didn't think it was done yet, did you? So it all started with White Walker. Since then, 10 more whiskeys have been announced. You guys know about the sought-after Game of Thrones single malt whiskey collection, obviously from Diageo. Now they've announced the final piece in the single malt collection, the Mortlock 15-year Game of Thrones Six Kingdoms. The release is a celebration of the series finale in which the 7 kingdoms of Westeros became 6 kingdoms as the North was granted its freedom. The single malt comes in a metallic gold canister featuring a pen and ink drawing of the three-eyed raven. Mortlock 15-year, ages in first fill sherry seasoned cask, and is finished in American oak, ex-bourbon barrels, bottled at 46% ABV, and a suggested price of $150. This is going to hit shelves in December. So, got some more super chats. Travis Smith, you're in the drawing tonight. And Victoria C., you are in the drawing tonight. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to give you the master crash. Let's see. Sipper Social Club says, I'd like 250 milliliter bottles of BTAC. Spread the love. Triple the amount of people who'd get a bottle. I would be up for that. For if you're gonna make sample bottle, if you're gonna make bottles smaller, yeah, make a bunch of small BTAC so everyone can get a handle on it. Small pappies. Small pappies. That sounds weird. Okay. Victoria C says, loves the shirt. Yeah, thank you so much. I love the shirt. Nate Elkington says White Walker was a hot cat piss. I agree. I said it was dragon piss. Super Social Club. After the season, finally all the GOT bottles dropped in secondary value. Haha. Yeah. It's funny. I mean, there was such backlash after the finale. I was actually watching with Whiskey and the Six up in Canada. We watched that night, and then we were so disappointed in it. And then after that happened, I started seeing the Game of Thrones scotches everywhere. It's like after the finale, nobody wanted them anymore. So I'm curious how this one's going to sell, being it's the last one. I mean, is it going to complete someone's collection? Are they going to look at it and that's going to remind them of the shitty finale? I don't know. It'll be interesting to kind of see how that one shakes out. Okay. Oh, we just got another super chat from Nicholas Villaggio. $4.99 says, enter me in the Weller 107 drawing. You want Weller 107? You don't want William Larue Weller, buddy? All right, Nicholas Villaggio. Hey, John Miltaylor. You're in too, buddy. He says, yes, to BTAC, please go Buckeyes. Yep. Andrew Beard says, proud you're repping the Columbus bourbon community. Thanks, Andrew. Yeah, always, man. Here in C-Bus. Andrew Beard. And Dusty Dan with a super chat. All right, he says, cheers to your continued success, broski. Thanks, man. All right, guys, it's time. Let's get into the BTAC. Let's move all this stuff out of the way. Before I get into the BTAC, I do want to give a nice shout out to Robot Scott, who's in the chat. I know you guys have been hearing me complain that I can't get an Eagle Rare store pick to save my life. And I finally got one. Courtesy of Robot Scott. This just came today. Thank you so much, Robot Scott. I really appreciate you finding one for me. You're one of my patrons and you're an absolute all-star. Thanks so much. I can't wait to crack that open with you, buddy. Spencer Mav. Yep, I got it, buddy. Spencer Mav. Dude, we have crazy super chats coming in. Everyone wants to get into the drawing. I don't blame you. And Corey Wilkerson. Awesome. All right, guys. Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, so I'll give you guys a choice in the chat. Do you want me to open the... You know what? Let's do the George T. Stagg first, because that's the lowest proof. All right? I do want to call out one of my newer patrons. He's a legendary drummer. This is Andrew Bolin, was kind enough to send me a sample of the 2019 George T. Stagg. This bottle here is this is the 2018. This is from last year. So we're going to compare the two and see how they shake out here. So let's pour a little bit of each here. Let me make sure I'm not missing any chats here. All right, so that's going to be the 2019. Let's just pour that, man. Moose 76. He just writes BTAC. Cheers, Moose. All right, and let's pour a little bit of the one from last year. Okay. Now, for comparison purposes, last year's came in at 124.9, which a lot of people thought was a lower ABV. But this year, George T. Stagg came in at only 116.9 proof. It's 15 years and 4 months old. So George T. Stagg came in at 15 years, 4 months old this year, 116.9 proof, guys. So, okay. Hey, Dustin Silvetri comes in with a super chat. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it, Dustin. All right, here's 2019, and here's 2018. Both have just beautiful color here. Let me get some water. My New York water. Hey, Blind Whiskey Review says, looks like you already did work on the Stagg. Yeah, that's from last year though, man. Blind Whiskey Reviews. We have Whiskey Ace. And Hot Buddy Rerolls. Awesome, man. All right. Yeah, if you guys can, please hit that like button while you're watching. Really appreciate it. And all right, here we go. Let's go into this year's George T. Stagg while you're watching the Dancing Ron Swanson. All right. Oh, I'm excited. Oh, we just got a subscriber. Awesome. Phone Doctor 123. All right, guys. So this is I'm getting a ton of cherry and chocolate on the nose here for this one. Well, Breeder Underground, he just did a $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Breeder Underground, thank you, man. You are in the running tonight. All right. Yeah, this is cherry, chocolate, obviously a ton of oak being 15 years old. Yeah, you could really smell the age in here, but it's not overly. Hey, Brad Copeland donates $4.99 through the super chat. Thank you so much, Brad. Appreciate that. All right. Tons of caramels, tons of vanillas here. Yeah, this is, for me, this is coming across as an absolute cherry chocolate bomb. It's really nice on the nose. A lot of vanilla. Ton of vanilla, actually. You're getting the oak, but it smells like a very well-aged bourbon without coming across too over-oaked, which is nice. And I think the lower proof on this one is actually helping you get the aromas. If you compare it to the one from last year, this one has way more alcohol coming through here. Dram Man says cherry Coke for me. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely cherry Coke-like. Like, I don't know if you ever had the vanilla cherry Coke. That's what this smells like. Nick Foles, in your honest opinion, how do you think Stagg Jr. stacks up to any Big Daddy Stagg? Nick Foles, it depends on the batch. I think some of them can get close. I actually picked Elijah Craig Barrel Proof and Stagg Jr. Batch 9 over George T. Stagg from last year. Although this one for 2019 smells way better on the nose than 2018 does. Robot Scott, thank you so much for the super chat. I just saw you come in. Thanks, man. Let's see. And also Derek Gilliland. Cheers, man. Nate Elkington, how did you come by the BTAC bottles this year? Kind of the tried and true way of getting to know your liquor store owners. I have a great store that I deal with in New York. I've talked about them on the channel before. Union Liquors in West Islip on Long Island. I've helped them at their store, kind of, picking out some bourbons to bring in, and they've in turn helped me find some bottles. When they get them in, they'll kind of ask me if I want one, and I'll either say yes, no, or maybe I already have it. But I always tell them to keep an eye out for these ones right here. So, but this, if I'm comparing the two noses here, the 2018 is good, but I feel like there's more depth of flavor here in the 2019. Let's go in for a sip, guys. Here's the BTAC. Here we go. All right, so on the palate, it's very similar to the nose. You're getting cherry, chocolate, good amount of oak. With that lower proof, it's really easy to drink. I'm not getting a big burn on this. I'm not getting this like afterburn of anything. It's crazy. Chris Holton, thank you so much. He says, cheers, my friend. Cheers to you, Chris. And Jermaine Compton. Thanks so much. Going to give you Mash and Crash. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. All right. John Milthaler says, Ohio raffle starts December 2nd for BTAC. Yeah, absolutely, man. So here in Ohio, the BTAC and Pappy raffles start December 2nd. You basically enter online and you wait until January, then pray to God they maybe call your name for a chance to win one of those bottles. Zach Andrews comes in. Thanks for coming in, Zach. He comes in with a $4.99 super chat. He says, happy birthday, Mr. Jimmy Russell. Yes, it's all about Jimmy Russell. That one's really good. But I got to say, I'm not sure if that is that much better than some of the Stagg Juniors that I have. What did I say? This is 12 years, 6 months old. You know what? I might take the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C batch from this year over this. Might have to do a comparison later. But listen, it's delicious. It's 12 years old. Cherry. Still a lot of vanillas, a lot of caramels. It's rich on the oak, but like I said, being that lower proof, this is dangerously easy to drink. But for a 12-year-old bourbon, think about it. You have Elijah Craig Barrel Proof that's already on the shelf for 50, 60, 70 bucks, sometimes 80. That's 12 years old. And I feel like the C batch for that one for this year, even last year's was I actually picked over George C. Stagg. So I'm going to save a little bit of this, and we're going to test it against the C batch for Elijah Craig Barrel Proof this year as well. So let me put that there. This is let me pour that out. Okay. Pour that in the small glass. I'm going to enjoy some Stagg in here. All right. Hot Buttery Roll says, I got 3 bottles of C919, so hope you're right. Oh, you'll love it, man. It does come in hot. I mean, it's alcohol forward, but add a couple drops of water there, and it opens up real nice. Hey, it's Bourbonites in the house. How you doing, guys? Thanks, Chad and Sarah. Not sure if that's Chad or Sarah or both. Thanks for coming in. Nice to see you. Scott from my Bourbon Journey. Journey. Oh, God, I'm already feeling the proof. The Rock Gut Review is here. What is up? How you doing, Ed? Yeah, I think for the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, I think the B batch is kind of the most universally liked because it's a lower proof. It's a little bit easier to drink. It's a little bit more balanced. But C for me, if you like that higher proof and just, it's like a flavor monster to me on that one. I love the C batch. Whiskey Crusaders, he comes in with a $5 super chat. Thanks for that special box that showed up today. Oh, you are welcome, buddy. That's right. I found Matt a bottle of the Little Book 3. So can't wait to see you guys. You review that one. Hey, Rebecca Page is in the house. Was that now I'm here, so you could start the stream, Jason. Thanks for coming in, Rebecca. All right. So, what should I open next, guys? You want to go Handy or William Larue Weller? I'll give you guys the choice. I'm gonna take the foil off both of them here. Oh, opening a BTAC. Oh. All right. We have a vote for Weller. I think Weller's going to win. William Larue Weller. All right, guys. William Larue Weller it is. I'm going to pour this in my old Rip Van Winkle Glencairn here. First pour, William Larue Weller 2019. Woo. All right, guys. So this is an even 128 proof. This is William Larue Weller is 12 years and 6 months old. Let's see here. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I made a mistake earlier. George T. Stagg this year is 15 years old and 4 months, not 12 years. I was looking at the William Larue Weller. The William Larue Weller is 12 years and 6 months old. All right. So this one's 12 years, 6 months old. Read Chris's note. Pour both to let them open up. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I'm going to pour the Handy, let them open up a little bit too. So I'm actually really excited about this one. I've only ever had a couple samples of Thomas H. Handy. I've never owned a bottle, so it'd be kind of cool to see how this one comes out. Get a nice pour. All right, it's going to let these open up. Oh, yeah, that definitely smells like a rye. All right, guys, let's go in the chat here. Let's see. Peter White, I'm desperate to win a William Larue Weller this year, down to a heel of 2015. Let's see. I agree. Jason Seabatch is the bomb. Larry Fairbanks weighs in. Yeah, I love that Seabatch, man, from Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Loch Ness is rare breed worth 65 Canadian for the money. Loch Ness. I love rare breed, man. I think it's still one of the best buys in the market. Yeah, let's look at so Thomas H. Handy this year comes in at 6 years and 2 months old. So for a rye, that actually has a nice age to it. 125.7 proof for the Thomas H. Handy. And as I mentioned, the William Larue Weller comes in at 12 years, 6 months old, and 128 proof even on the nose. So let's go back here to the chat. Hey, what's up, Eric Evanson? Nice to see you, buddy. We have 134 watching right now, guys. Cheers. Thank you so much for jumping in. Appreciate it. All right, this is actually already opening up kind of nicely, guys. This smells. I mean, this is Weller. I still think William Larue Weller has always been, I think, my favorite. But I can't say for sure because I've never had an Eagle Rare 17. I've only ever seen that bottle once in a bar. That was that bar I went to in San Diego, the Whiskey House. I saw it there, but they wanted a lot of money for a pour of that, so I kind of declined to sip that one. But that was actually the first time I actually saw one like in person, besides at the Buffalo Trace Distillery. All right, Jason Coates, geez, you're turning into Bourbon Roy. Bourbon Buddy, hey, what's up, Bourbon Buddies? Thanks for coming in. Whiskey Crusader says that country ham is delicious. Isn't the country ham so good? I love that batch, man. Dram Man says Booker's can't touch ECBP. I would agree. As good as Booker's is, but that country ham, though, that's a special batch. I will say that's a special batch. DHL says, decent chance the party source will have Eagle Rare 17 at the bar while I'm taking a trip there Sunday. Hey, Caleb Turner just dropped a $1.99 super chat. Thanks for coming in, Caleb. Caleb, you're in the running for the sample pack tonight of BTAC. Bourbon Apprentice, what's up? So jealous of Jason tonight. I can't stay. Just pop in and agree with Andy for a minute. Cheers, Bourbon Apprentice. Thanks for coming in, man. Hey, Silverlock Whiskey Club is in the house. Would you do a head-to-head between Booker's Country Ham and ECBP C919? Yeah, I'm actually going to be doing my next live stream. I'm going to be doing like a whole barrel-proof head-to-head with all my favorite barrel-proofs this year so far. So that's going to be happening. Stellar Matrix with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Stellar. Gonna write your name down. You're gonna get the mash and crash. Robert K. Metz, Jason, when you come to Indy, go to Godfather's Pizza downtown. They have an amazing whiskey collection. Oh, I will keep that in mind. Probably going Thanksgiving weekend. I think I'm gonna go see my cousin Vinny down there. Yes, I literally have a cousin Vinny. If none of you guys know that, I do. All right, guys. Let's get into the William Larue Weller. Here we go. I'm excited. This is my favorite. Man, I don't know if it's just coming off the Stagg, but I am getting some more cherry in here as well. Getting some, what's that, peaches? Man, this tastes like, this smells like carrot cake. Just like spicy, and it's got like a spice to it, but it's soft. It's not overpowering. A good amount of oak. This one also has a little bit of a chocolate note, but not as strong as the Stagg. This one's a little bit more fruity, but this is like so rich, and I mean, it's just amazing on the nose. So let me, did I miss a super chat here? Let's see. Victoria C comes in. She says for the water. Thanks, Victoria C. And let's see, Cap and Make It Happen. All right, you're in too, buddy. Thanks for the super chat, guys. He writes, might as well help you pay for these 2 bottles. Man, I love the nose on here is just incredibly rich. Man, there's a ton of caramel coming in here, but it's like that. It's like that creme brulee layer of the caramel that you chip off the top of a creme brulee. It's like that, like dark and rich. Almost, it's right on the cusp of being burnt. Oh, I cannot wait to taste this, guys. Cheers. Here's to the William Larue Weller. Here we go. Oh, yeah. That's worth every penny right there. That is so good. This is like cherries and peaches dusted in cinnamon and brown sugar. Like baked in the oven where it gets like it's like starts bubbling in the oven from all the sugar and everything getting caramelized. There's just so much dark sugars and fruit, and yeah, that cherry note is still there too on this one as well. Not as much chocolate as the George T. Stagg. This one's a little bit more fruity. But man, that is incredible. Man, the finish on this. The finish comes in vanilla, caramels, a little bit of cherry, but then you get this really nice burst of like nutmeg that I'm getting on the finish. This is dessert in a glass. It's really, really delicious. Alex Julian, my New York brother. That's right. All right, let me go here. Alex Julian, thanks so much for the super chat. I appreciate it, man. Alex, you won a couple samples, so I hope you've been enjoying those. Dram Man said creamy caramel. Do you guys say caramel or caramel? I know that's like a heated debate, right? DH Silva, I tend to agree on the sweetness for sure. I like the distillery's overall profiles more, I would say, but BT is very distinctive. Yeah. The note I normally get on Buffalo Trace is, now that this is opening up a little bit, I get like a pecan note in it. I get like a cinnamon pecan note. I get it a lot on Colonel Taylor, especially the barrel proof, and I get it a lot on some of the Buffalo Trace picks. I don't know. I just get like this toasted cinnamon pecan note, and it just always smells Buffalo Trace to me. I know you get kind of that nutty flavor where you can kind of go towards, Heaven Hill or Beam, but it's just a different kind. It's like a sweet nuttiness, not like a open up a fresh can of peanuts nuttiness. I think I just got another super chat. Rebecca Page, thank you so much. Rebecca Page comes in. She's in for the running tonight. She thanks. What did she write? She wrote, to help replace your Jephthah. Yes. ADHD Fishing says, you say caramel, I say areola, tomato. That's awesome. Charles Ashworth says, Carmel is a town in California. Yes, apparently. All right, guys. Another sip of the William Larue Weller here. And there it is. That last sip I just took, it was, you ever go to a fair and you smell those sweet, like the sweet pecans or the sweet almonds or the, whatever the kind of the sugar-coated nuts that they're selling are, like those sweet candied nuts? That's what you're getting on the finish here. But the front of the palate is just all cherry and fruit, and the dark caramels and the oh man, that is well worth the price of admission right there for the William Larue Weller. This is everything you want in a bourbon when it comes flavor wise. And you know what's great about this one? I don't know if it's coming off the George T. Stagg, but the flavors here are very intense. They're very bold, and the finish. The finish is actually kind of medium. It's not overly long. Doesn't kill you with proof. Like I said, this is the William Larue Weller is 128 proof. It's a good proof point, but it doesn't drink like that. It drinks a little bit easier, especially after the first couple sips. It's really nice. This is a glorious bourbon. I love this stuff. Yeah, I mean, wow. It's like part of you like wants to hate it because it's so hard to get, but I can't say I hate it. It's really good. We've got 141 watching in the chat. Holy crap. I think that's my record. Everyone wants to hear about the BTAC. So far, George T. Stagg 2019, not super impressive. I mean, a damn good bourbon, but I feel like there's better out there that you could, well, I don't know about better. Well, yeah, probably. Either equal to or a little bit, like I would take that Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, I think, over that George T. Stagg from this year. But I think a lot of people, though, that like a little bit of a lower proof bourbon would like it. Kind of when you think about the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof B batch, it's 122.2, so it's a little bit easier to drink. So maybe George T. Stagg fans that have wanted a lower proof and get more flavor will like that. I think it is a delicious bourbon, but I feel like with some other barrel proofs on the market, there could be some that can measure up to that, especially the ones that are 10 to 12 years old. Now, the William Larue Weller here, this one is just ridiculous. This is on another level of flavor. You don't find too much of this flavor in a really good wheated bourbon like this. Most wheated bourbons are a little bit lighter, fruitier. This has some fruit to it, but the flavors are so bold. So far, William Larue Weller over George T. Stagg easily. John K. comes in with a super chat. He says, "You're the man, Jason." I appreciate that, John K. You are in the running tonight. Hope good luck to you to win samples of the BTAC. ECBP over GTS hot take. We're gonna do it. We're gonna compare the GTS against the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. It's gonna happen. All right, but William Larue Weller so far, holy shit, it's good. Actually, yeah, Dram Kentucky C918 from last year. That bourbon, I picked that one easily over the George C. Stagg from 2018. So we're going to see if it fares well against the 2019. So we'll find that out soon. But this William Larue Weller is nectar of the gods right here, folks. If any of you are out there and you have a chance to get a bottle from a lottery, hell yeah. But we're gonna do the handy first. But why don't we give away a sample, guys? Let's give away a sample of said William Larue Weller. Let me drink some water here. All right, guys, so here we go. First giveaway of the night. We're giving away a nice sample of the William Larue Weller 2019, as promised. This one is just going to be for answering a question. So the ones that we're going to do later on for the super chats, that's going to be a drawing, and then you're going to win one of each. But this one is just for the William Larue Weller, and this one is a trivia question. You know how I like trivia questions and the bourbon nerdiness of it all. Okay. So here comes the first one in the chat that I see on my chat. Again, for those of you that haven't done this before, sometimes your chat might be a little bit different from mine. So whenever I see in my chat as the first person who gets it is going to win the sample of William Larue Weller. Hey, Dark Meat Chicken just came in with a quick super chat. Thank you so much, man. Brandon Weiss says wanted to buy but in San Diego at the Whiskey House, but just couldn't pull the trigger. Yeah, it's expensive there, man. All right, guys, so here is the question. Get your fingers ready. Born in 1825, William Larue Weller was reportedly the grandson of German immigrants who came to central Kentucky on a flatboat in 1794. Settled near Bardstown in 1800. Like many small farmers in Kentucky's frontier days, Weller's grandfather was also a small distiller. Unlike many Kentucky farming families, the Wellers were destined to build on their whiskey making rather than treating it as a sideline. In the 1840s, William Larue Weller moved to Louisville, and in 1847, he joined the Louisville Brigade and went off to fight in the Mexican War. After the war, Weller set up what is now called an NDP, or a non-distilling producer, with his brother Charles, selling their own brand under what slogan? I'm looking for the slogan that William Larue Weller was selling his whiskey when he first opened his NDP with his brother Charles. Does anybody know what that slogan is? I find it hysterical when the chat just freezes waiting for the question. What is the slogan that they were selling their whiskey under? Jason Coates. Got it. Honest whiskey at an honest price. Jason Coates, you win the sample of William Larue Weller. Everybody, congrats to Jason Coates. Good job, buddy. Great history, man. Let's see. I like how he put a question mark on the end, like he wasn't sure what it was, but that is the answer. So, Jason Coates, you're going to win the William Larue Weller sample for 2019. Congratulations, man. Good job. Good job knowing your shit. Yeah. Graham Young wrote, dang, Prime Hooch is us. You know what, Graham? If I ever open a distillery, that's going to be my slogan. Prime Hooch is us. I love it. That's the comment of the night so far, man. That got me. All right. All right, here we go. All right, so here is All right, so this is the Thomas H. Handy right here. The William Larue Weller I finished because that shit is good. Trev Wilson says the hatred inside me grows. Robert K. Metz. It wasn't taste better than prostitute sweat. You guys should never go into marketing. I'm just saying. Never. Monroe Doctrine says honest whiskey for non-honest store owners. Yes, that's a good one. Caleb Turner, do we have to be present to win the drawing? No. If you win the drawing and I'll, hopefully whoever wins watches the replay. I'm going to actually do it tonight. So I'm going to put in the numbers tonight, the names, and call out a number. So D.H. Sills, so William Larue Weller would be horrified with what his whiskey name sake sells for. Yeah, if you think about it, honest whiskey for an honest price for William Larue Weller, that shit ain't happening. I'm already seeing this on the secondary for close upwards of $800, $900. But, screw that shit, man. I'm drinking it and sharing it. So, all right, guys, it's time for the Thomas H. Handy now. After I try this one, we're going to give away a sample of this and then do the drawing. Rebecca Page says, I think you got a super chat when you were asking the trivia question. Did I? Did I miss one? Yeah, Dark Meat Chicken. That was the last one I got. Yeah, I have them written down. So we're good. All right, guys. So let's go into the Thomas H. Handy now. So Thomas H. Handy, as I mentioned, this is 6 years old, 6 years and 2 months old. 125.7 proof for this one. So for those of you that don't know too much about rye whiskey is a little bit more expensive to make. It's also it also ages a little bit faster than a typical bourbon. Rye just tends to age a little bit quicker, so that's why you see so many young ryes out on the market. But there is nothing like a well-aged, just delicious rye whiskey, especially at barrel proof. So I think that's why the Thomas H. Handy and also the Sazerac are so sought after, in my opinion. But let me back to the chat here, guys. Enjoy that Handy. I will be watching. Arthur Lopez, I like Dave Chappelle, Samuel L. Jackson beer slogan. It's my beer. I'll get you drunk. It'll get you drunk, yeah. Bourbon Lens. Hey, how you doing, guys? He just wrote 6 years old is antique. Yeah, you wouldn't think 6 years old is antique, but we have 149 watching in the chat. Holy crap, guys. This is awesome. All right, let's go to the Thomas H. Handy, and let's see what we get. This one's been opening up for the better part of, 15 minutes-ish? 20 minutes? This one is definitely more alcohol forward, and you could smell that rye spice on the nose immediately. There's getting a very strange medicinal note on here. Maybe it's just because I'm coming off the William Larue and the George T. Stagg. But yeah, there's a slight medicinal note coming off here. Yeah, it's definitely coming off as it's minty. But I am getting some fruits on here, but I'm getting dark, dried fruits, like raisin. There's a good amount of allspice in here too. Spearmint. But yeah, it does. It has this medicinal note to it that I don't know if I like it or not. Blind Whiskey Review says, Handy is a ripoff of the B-Tech line. Good whiskey, but is just barrel-proof Sazerac rye. Not worthy of the hype or the price. Okay. Dark Meat Chicken. What's the proof on the Handy? The Handy comes in at 125.7. Karen B. Ford just comes in with a super chat. Thank you so much. She says, never win drawings, but worth a chance. Hey, you never know, Karen B. Ford. Karen B. Ford, one of my valued patrons. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, this one's coming off as kind of like raisins and mint and allspice to me. It's got a nice nose, but that medicinal quality, that kind of like that, I don't know, I hate to say like cough syrup, but it's kind of cough syrupy on the nose to me. Rebecca Page, speaking of mint, what are your thoughts on the mint julep? Mint julep whiskeys. Have you ever reviewed any of them? I did a mint julep night on one of my live streams the week of the Derby, so you can go back and watch that. I put like 15 different whiskeys to try to make a mint julep. And honestly, my favorite of the bunch was Ardbeg. It was like a smoky, minty julep. It was really good, actually. All right, let's go for the palate. I'm curious to see how these scents kind of translate to the palate here. Cheers, guys. Okay. The palate is way better than the nose. The nose just kind of turns you off a little bit, but the palate, as soon as it hits the front of your tongue, it's just rye spice, and it just automatically. I kind of let it linger on the front of my palate here, and it just was kind of tingling. It was peppery, spicy, a lot of still getting like that like honey raisin and honey date note on here on the palate. But again, I'm getting a little bit of that medicinal note too, especially on the finish. That medicinal note is kind of coming through at the end. The front of it is very sweet, very fruity. But yeah, that medicinal note is kind of hanging around. Let's go for another sip here. Licorice. I just got a black licorice note. I hate black licorice, but it's actually not bad coming from the whiskey, especially in the very end. There's a black licorice note I'm getting on here. You're still getting that spicy. The best part of this whiskey is the mouthfeel. This rye whiskey this paints your palate and just sticks. Even more so than I would say the William Larue Weller. For some reason, this rye whiskey is just really sticking to the sides of my palate. It's very mouth coating. It's very spicy all the way through. You're getting the spice, the tingliness in the front, that minty character. When it moves back, you start getting the raisins, the dates. It's still a little bit minty, but then the finish is just licorice and oak and spiciness. I'm actually glad the palate was way better. If you smelled that whiskey, you would not think it's going to be that great, but then the palate kind of debunks that whole theory for me. Ben Demon Hunter, he likes black licorice, apparently. My bourbon journey said drain pour that shit. I'm guessing Scott doesn't like black licorice. ADHD fishing. America! That's right. Yeah, this is nothing like Baby Saz. This is way more flavorful and way better than any Baby Saz I've ever had. Jeff Hawkins. Black licorice is only appealing if you live in a retirement home. Trev Wilson says black licorice is Satan's candy. Oh my god. Um, Not a fan of the nose, but the palate is way better. And as you keep sipping, and I'm having a feeling as hopefully the more this opens up, that medicinal note will go away a little bit more. Um, but yeah, that raisin, the date, the mintiness, the spice, I would put that up there as one of the best ryes I've had. Uh, It's really good. I do think though that medicinal note would turn off some people because it's still there, especially on the nose. I mean, the licorice. Don't get me wrong. The black licorice is there, but it's not overpowering the palate. You get it more on the finish than you do on the overall palate. What happens is on the front of the palate, you're getting more of that mintiness and that spicy flavor profile from the rye. But as it works its way back, then it just gets a little bit sweet. Then you start getting the raisin, the dates. But right on the very end, on the back of the palate, that's when the black licorice kind of kicks in a little bit. There's no dill. I'm not getting like that dill or pickle note that you get on some of the younger ryes. Because this is 6 years old, I think like you're really getting some nice flavors, some sweetness. You're getting some, yeah, just like everything that you expect in a young rye is just like, it's like candied now, more intense. But the best part of this whiskey is the mouthfeel. The mouthfeel on this just paints your palate. It's really, really incredible. One last sip here, guys. I'm going to give away a sample of the Handy. Drew Bolin, 123, better than DS Lot 40. Lot 40 cast strength. That's tough. I mean, just because Lot 40 cast strength is 90, it's predominantly rye. Um, that tastes like it's like a different flavor profile. That one just tastes like maple syrup. I think in a head to head that'd be a pretty good head to head matchup. Thomas H. Handy versus the Lot 40 cast strength. I had the 12-year, which I should, but see, I have a 12-year. I'm actually curious how a 12-year Lot 40 cast strength would do against a 6-year Thomas H. Handy. I do have it up there. Jason Werner. Jason, what's the best whiskey store in Columbus? I actually really like Ale, Wine, and Spirits. They have a great selection, and I don't know. I just like, they, if you like Scotch too, they have a good Scotch selection. Also, I do like Arena, but Arena Wine and Spirits is all, Arena Wine and Spirits can be pretty good too. I think sometimes, definitely for Scotch. They probably have the best Scotch selection I've seen in Columbus, but Ale, Wine, and Spirits is where I go for a bourbon, and also the Kroger that's right near me. You can find some pretty good stuff there. Pretty good stuff there as well, depending on the days you go. D8 still do it for science. Whiskey Crusaders, he loves Kentucky Owl. Yeah. Donald Rance. Okay, so 100% rye in the Lot 40 cast strength. And that one came across to me as a little bit more rye forward. All right, guys, so this is what we're going to do. This is really good. Let's do a giveaway of the Thomas H. Handy. And then we're going to compare George T. Stagg 2019 versus Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C919 and see how that goes. So let me keep that here. All right, guys, get your fingers ready. We're going to give away a sample of the Thomas H. Handy. Victoria C. What comes in another super chat. Get that Lot 40. Victoria C. You're already in, but thank you. Thank you so much. You'll get the mash and crash right here. Woo! All right. All right, guys, here we go. So this next question is about Thomas H. Handy. So this will be for the sample of Thomas H. Handy, the one I just tried. Here we go, guys. The Sazerac Company was founded after the purchase of a bar known as the Sazerac Coffee House by Thomas H. Handy. According to the company, the Sazerac Coffee House had been named after a cocktail called the Sazerac that was created in the mid-1800s by the Creole immigrant Antoine Amédée Pichot, who operated a pharmacy on Royal Street in the French Quarter of New Orleans in 1838. What year did Thomas Handy purchase the Sazerac Coffee House? First one in the chat that gets it will get the sample. Whiskey Shenanigans writes, what is, I don't know. Very good, man. Yes, New Orleans. Yes, New Orleans. But what year did he buy the Sazerac Coffee House? Whoa, 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 whoa. Holy freaking answers. Okay, hold on. Let me go back. The first one in my chat was Cap and Make It Happen. 1869. Holy freaking years. Whoa. Oh my god, that was so fast. Okay. Let me just check this again here. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. Yeah, Cap and Make It Happen. Got it, guys. 1869. Congratulations to Cap and Make It Happen. Good job, John. You get the Thomas H. Handy. Awesome. I will reach out to both Jason and John, and I will get you out your samples very soon, guys. All right. So, let me see here. All right, guys, bear with me. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof and the Lot 40 cast strength. I'm going to do a comparison to the two. I'll be right back. C919 and Lot 40 cast strength, 12 year. Okay. Okay, and we're back. All right, guys, so here it is. Elijah Craig C919 and Lot 40 cast strength, 12 year, unopened. Right here. Hey, Antonio from Whiskey Quest is in the house. How you doing, man? Bourbon Sane says, John is getting a free handy. Yes, he is. ADSC Fish says, Jason's up, drink. He's gone. Let's talk shit. Thank you, ADHD. I appreciate that. All right, here we go. All right, so here's the handy. I'm going to pour a little bit more. And then I'm going to pour the, where's the Lot 40? Here it is. All right, so Handy versus... I haven't even opened this one yet. This is a Lot 40 cast strength 12 year. Blind whiskey to get the cornerstone while you're at it? Nah, dude, that thing is like way in the back of my shelf. I ain't getting that shit. All right, here comes the cork pop. Oh, and it came with a ding. All right, let's pour a little lot. This is the Lot 40 12 year. Okay. Got some epic whiskeys tonight, guys. All right. Let's let the Lot 40 open up a little bit here before we put it against that one. Rebecca Page, FCFS or lottery for allocated? Which do you think is more fair? Which do you prefer? FCFS? What does that mean? Sorry. ADHD Visions in America. Pop, ding, smash. Exactly. All right, guys. So the difference here is, so as I mentioned, Thomas H. Handy comes in at 125.7 proof, 6 years old. Lot 40 cast strength is 12 years old. This one happens to come in at 55%. So 55% ABV. So it's definitely lower than the Handy, and you could smell that, I think, on the nose a little bit here. Oh, first come, first serve. Rebecca, for me, I like first come, first serves because I have no problem getting up early and waiting online. I know some people hate that, but I feel like if I'm dedicated enough and I'm going to go and wait online and try to get a bourbon, I'll do it. Because if it guarantees me to get a bottle, then I know it sucks, but you know, if you're going to take the time and you really want something, and that's the way to do it, I'm going to do it. Blind whiskey reviews. You know, a man has too much whiskey when are too difficult to access. First world problems. True, man. All right, so in comparison, The Handy is way sweeter. I feel funny saying the Handy. But yeah, the Thomas H. Handy is way sweeter on the nose. This one, but you don't, it still is hanging on to that medicinal note. Whereas the Lot 40, this is just pure maple syrup. It's a little bit more earthy. This is 100% rye, so you're definitely getting in there. Whiskey Quest comes in with a super chat. 1869. Very good, buddy. I got you. Whiskey Quest. You get a mash and crash, buddy. Yeah, and it's funny. When you compare these two, you really can smell the difference in the proof. The Lot 40 is lighter, but that maple syrup and that earthiness to it and that rye spice really still comes through, I think, being from the 100 proof. Whereas the Handy, though, this comes in, I mean, it does have that medicinal note still, but it's an absolute candy bomb. It is so sweet. So let's go for a sip of the Lot 40. Oh, that's so good. That is so good. That is minty. If you could put like mint leaves in a bottle of maple syrup, that's what it tastes like. And the rye spice in there is just incredible. I will say from that sip, this has a way longer finish. Arthur Lopez, well, hell yeah. Oh, you're not. Whiskey Sonata, you're not saying. What? Arthur Lopez, well, hell yeah, man. You waited in line at Four Roses for the 2019 LE, and you made the bourbon sound like the bourbon of the ancient ones. Yeah. That William Larue Weller is going to be close, but that Four Roses 2019 is insanely delicious. I love it. Nick Foles, have you ever had Kentucky Owl bourbon? Batch 9 is everywhere near me right now. Nick Foles, no. I've never had the Kentucky Owl bourbon because every time I've seen it or any time I've seen a pour of it, it is just way too expensive to me. Kentucky Owl Confiscated, I've had. That was okay. That's not a $150 bourbon to me at all. I understand kind of the marketing ploy behind it, but, you know, as much as I love Dixon Dedman and what he does and his masterful blending, and I know it's not him, but the prices for Kentucky Owl, I just feel like are just so high for what, I mean, besides Kentucky Owl Rye Batch 1, that thing was amazing. But then look what happened. Kentucky Owl Batch 2, they released it, a lower proof, and they raised the price. So I feel like if you got Kentucky Owl Batch 1, the rye, I feel like you almost got a steal compared to what the prices are now. But the bourbons, every time I've seen them, they've just been way too expensive. I just can't, I think I might have told the story before, but I was at a store in Kentucky, and they had a case of Kentucky Owl bourbon. And at that time, I didn't know what the pricing was. I ran over to the counter, and they literally had just put it on the counter like they just got it in. And they said, hey, we just got all these new Kentucky Owl bourbons in. I forgot what batch it was. And he goes to, I go, okay, well, great. Well, how much for a bottle? I would love to get one. I've never even seen this bottle. And he goes, oh, it's $500. I'm like, no, I don't want. So me, in my naivete, not even knowing what the hell I was looking at, I'm like, okay, I don't want to buy the case. I just want one bottle. And he looks at me and kind of tilts his head, and he's like, aw, you don't know anything, do you? It's $500 a bottle. And I was like, I will pass. Thank you. Holy shit. And any time I've ever seen a Kentucky Owl bourbon after that, it was just as high or just as unattainable for me personally. So I can't say, I wish I could give you advice on whether or not to buy one. I just haven't had any experience with them because even if I've seen it at a bar, it's just a very, very overpriced. Okay. Yeah, Bourbon's saying exactly, yeah. Oh, basically he just kind of tilted his head. Oh, you're adorable, aren't you? No, it's $500 a bottle, not a case, buddy. So, All right, so comparing these two, Lot 40 is way more rye forward. You definitely know that that is a rye. You get a little bit of an evergreen type spice in there. There's some the maple syrup note in there, and also the kind of the lengthy the lengthy finish on this one. That spice that just lingers and lingers and lingers. It's absolutely amazing and delicious. This is the first time I've actually tried the 12-year. Donald Rance, did you find a green cardamom note in mid-palate in the Lot 40? Yeah, you know what, Donald? I could see that. I could see people picking out cardamom. I'm getting an allspice note. The finish on that one, though, is what sells it. It is long, it's peppery, it's maple. It's really good. When you compare it to the Handy, it's very strange because the Handy, to me, has more of a spice influence across the entire palate. Whereas the Lot 40, because I think it's 12 years old, think of a peated scotch. The longer you age it, the less the peat kind of, it becomes a little bit more muted the longer it's aged. You don't get as much of a peat burst. The same thing with rye whiskeys, I feel, in my opinion. The older the rye is, I feel like the less spice and kick you get. So if you like more of a maple syrup, less of a spice kick, I think the Lot 40 is the winner. If you want more of a, if you want that pepperiness and that burst of flavor from a rye, then the Handy is amazing. For me, the Handy beats the Lot 40 12 just on mouthfeel, at least for the 2019 version. The Lot 40 is not coating the palate like the Thomas H. Handy is. This one is just painting the inside of my palate. It's amazing. All right, guys. So before we do the last giveaway, let's do our last comparison here. I still have the 2019 George T. Stagg right here, and we're going to compare it with the Elijah Craig 2019, the C919. It's my last glass. It's poured here. Blind whiskey review. Just because it's Canadian doesn't mean it tastes like maple. It really does, man. It tastes like maple leaves. God, John. All right. All right, so here's the color. That's the Elijah Craig barrel proof. Look how dark that is. Compare it to the George T. Stagg. I don't know. I think the Elijah Craig is slightly darker by like a tint. What is Captain Make It Happen saying? Watch out, though, those talent. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Except a lot of Canadian whiskey does taste like maple syrup, though. Yeah, see, Bourbon Saint could back me up. Dark Meat Chicken says $2.99 for one Kentucky Owl. I got a case of Stagg Jr. for $3.20. There you go. That's way better of a buy. Graham Young says, me want ECBP. Looks like it is darker. Yeah, I think it's a little bit darker here. I think the ECBP is a slight darker here. All right, so let's go on the nose here. All right, so the difference here, the Elijah Craig barrel proof, there's definitely more of a nuttiness note here. You could definitely smell that that's that Heaven Hill. But it's also got that cherry. You definitely smell the proof on here. For those of you who don't know, the Elijah Craig barrel proof C919 comes in at a whopping 136.8. I mean, you compare that to the 116.9 for George T. Stagg this year. It's way higher. Woo! Jeff Hawkins. Jason, you have a great show, buddy. Thank you, John. I appreciate that, man. All right, let's go for the Elijah Craig barrel proof here. Oh, that to me is just so mouth coating, so delicious. Peanutty. Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, Bourbon Sane says Jason is a proof whore like the rest of us, and that's true. I mean, you know, when you talk to other people that are just getting into whiskey, you have to really, like, if I recommend a whiskey to somebody, I have to keep in mind the proof point to it. I like a good amount of proof. I like that flavor. I like that boldness. Palates that are used to that type of, that really intense proof is, it's just one of those things that it's hard to translate to someone that's just getting into whiskey. When they think 80 proof or 85 proof or even 90 proof is harsh for them. So it's kind of hard to walk that line, but that's why I think the Elijah Craig B batch is one of the more universally loved batches this year, because of that lower proof point, 122.2. All right, the George T. Stagg. It's very good. It's a great bourbon, but yeah, it's light. It doesn't have that punch. So this is the thing. So this is the weird thing. George T. Stagg 2019, I like better than 2018. 2018 is a lot of alcohol. There's a lot of alcohol to it still in the nose, even though the 2018 is all the way down to there for me. But it's just not. I don't know. There's something missing in the robust flavor profile for me. The 2019, I feel though, has way more flavor to it. But it's not giving that overall kind of universal. I think a lot of people would like that George T. Stagg, though. For me, though, when you compare it to Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, yeah, the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof to me, the C919. Oh wait, I got a super chat. Zeb Taylor donated $4.99. Thank you so much, Zeb. You are in the running tonight, Zeb Taylor. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. The Elijah Craig Barrel Proof just has a little bit more complexity. The ECBP here, the C919, is as mouth coating as the Thomas H. Handy was. There's just a thickness to it. It's just very, very. It just has a viscosity to it that's extremely. It just sticks to the sides of the palate. I'm not getting that with the George T. Stagg 2019. It's a little bit lighter. It's a little bit easier to sip. But I think if anyone is expecting this George T. Stagg to be kind of a flavor bomb this year, it has more flavor than last year, but it's easy to drink. So it has flavors, but it's not going to give you that mouthfeel and that kind of that George T. Stagg, intense flavor profile that I think some of the earlier batches have had. So I would say if you got an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, either the B or the C batch, you would probably be pretty happy with that, because I think that would actually trump the George T. Stagg from this year, in my opinion. Okay. G-Man, where can I buy a ECB BP C919? I don't know, man. G-Man, are you in Florida? Are you? I think maybe you're not in Florida. I don't remember where you are, man. DH Silva, I have to try this C ECBP because A119 and B19 are just not complex bourbon. Great for what they are, but not overly complex. DH Silva, knowing you and how you like that oakiness, I think you'll enjoy the C919. We'll go for one last sip of each, and then we're going to do our giveaway for these two together. And then we'll call it a night, guys. So here we go. Hey, Tech187 comes in with a super chat. Thanks so much, man. Monroe Doctrine, Weller, foolproof yet? No, I haven't found one. I'm working on it. I'm trying. Okay. George T. Stagg, pure cherry cola. Cherry chocolate, cherry vanilla Coke. ECBP C919, though, has those cherry chocolate notes, but with an extra layer of honey roasted peanut and that viscosity. That's what the George T. Stagg is missing a little bit this year, I think. I mean, I know it's barrel proof and it has that, and it is cast strength. That's what it came with the barrel out of, but I just feel like the ECVP has a little bit more flavor. But as far as the other two, William Larue Weller, I cannot wait to put that up against the Four Roses 2019 for best bourbon of the year. This thing is absolutely delicious. This Thomas H. Handy, I'm actually really in love with. As far as one of my favorite ryes this year to go along with the Cornerstone, really, really great. Blind Whiskey Review says, I found a Weller Full Proof today for $7.99. Did you buy it? Graham Young. Oh, I didn't. Did I write you down, Graham Young? Let me see. See if I got you in here. No, I'll write you in, Graham Young. I'm sorry about that. All right, you're in. All right, guys. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed BTAC night. Had some amazing, amazing drams tonight, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Brandon Weiss, maybe getting a store pick Weller Full Proof on Friday. Keep your fingers crossed. If I get it, I'll send you a sample. Thank you so much, Brandon. I am still waiting for my pick that I did. I did a pick of Weller Full Proof way back in the summer, and it still hasn't come into the store yet. But keep an eye out, guys. When that bottle comes in and I'm able to get my hands on some, I will be giving away a bottle of Weller Full Proof, my pick, just like I did with the Bottled and Bond 1792. So hopefully that will happen soon. So, all right, guys. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to plug in the names. Thanks, Whiskey Crusaders. I'm going to plug in the names right now of everybody that gave a super chat, and then we're going to give away 2 samples here. So bear with me for about 5 minutes as I enter in the names here, guys. Okay, here we go. And feel free to ask me some questions in the chat as I'm kind of getting these in here. Here we go. Let me get in these first. Okay. You know, guys, I would do this next week for you, but it's Thanksgiving, so I'm not going to be doing a live stream next week. Actually, Wednesday night, my family will be here, and that's where we're actually doing Thanksgiving, because some of my family members actually have to leave Thursday on that day. So we're going to actually be having Thanksgiving dinner on Wednesday night instead of Thursday. So I won't be having a live stream next Wednesday. So I definitely wanted to do this now until later instead of later. Let's see here. Corey. Oh, I just got another super chat here. All right, awesome. All right, here we go. Luckily, I'm a fast typer, guys. Okay, here, Dustin. All right, see what's going on in the chat here. DHL, congrats on the EHL barrel proof. I know that was a while. It was a white whale for. Yes, I finally got the damn Elijah Craig barrel proof for 2019. I was looking for that one for a while. My goodness gracious. Jeff Hawkins says 1920 is the Lamar Jackson of affordable bottles. It's so true. Lamar Jackson is freaking lighting up the league this year, man. He's awesome. Okay, but yeah, 1920 is probably 1920 is my number 2 go-to bourbon. I think that I buy if it's running low on my whiskey shelf. I'm gonna be doing a video soon with my top bourbons. Oh wait, we have Meredith Westington donated $5 for the super chat. Thank you so much, Meredith. I'm adding you to the stream right now, to the giveaway. Let's see it. I go through that. Got that. Whiskey Crusaders. Okay, here we go. Nicholas. I'm literally just typing initials. Okay, Jermaine. Dusty. Okay, Andrew. I think I got Victoria C in there already. Yes, I did. She did a couple times. Travis. Did I get blind whiskey reviews in there? Did I get you? Yes, I did. Moose. Whiskey Ace. And hot buttery rolls. All right, awesome. Did I get everybody up here? Let's see. I got Breed. Let's see. Breeder Underground. Caleb. Robot Scott. Stellar Matrix. I got a lot of entries tonight, guys. Okay. Oh, and I can't forget Brad Copeland. All right, guys. Sorry, bear with me here. Let's see. Ben is the... All right, guys. Almost done plugging in these names, and then we're going to do the random giveaway here. Let's see. Loch Ness. Got to get the early ones in here, guys. Peter White. Brett Colombo. Arthur Lopez. Umenium. And Linux Cat. Oh, my bourbon journey just comes in with the super chat. Damn, Scotty. Thanks, man. Okay, Linda. Linda Lawn. All right, Whiskey Shenanigans. Ben Stahl. The Punisher. Frank Castle came in with a super chat. And Trev Wilson. All right, then we have the last names right here, guys. And then this is it. Karen Ford. Whiskey Quests. Graham Young. Rebecca Page. Alex Julian. My man in the Bronx. Tech 187. Dark Meat Chicken. And is that Zeb Taylor? Zeb Taylor. All right, I think I got everybody, guys. Yep, we're in. All right. Sorry, that was kind of boring for you to watch. All right, here we go, guys. So I'm going to take, let me go to random.org here. I'm going to take all the names, put them within random.org in a list. List randomizer. All right, let me get this. So we have, the total tonight, guys, to win the samples is 50 entries, 50 even. So here we go. Let's put them all in. Let's go to random.org. We're putting them all in. Randomize. All right, we got our numbers here. All right, guys, so here I'm going to show you on the camera. I don't know if you could see, but the light. So right here is all the list of the names, all you guys that super chatted. They're in a random list right now. So I'm going to ask Google to choose a number between 1 and 50, and let's see who wins. Here we go. Hey, Google, choose a name between 1 and... screw that up. Try that again.
1.
She just said 1. No. All right, here we go. Choose a number between 1 and 50.
40.
40. Let's see who's 40, guys. $40 is... Holy shit. Trev Wilson. The moderator, Trev Wilson. Dude. Trev Wilson, the man with the wrench, gets it. Holy shit. Trev Wilson, congratulations, man. You just got you got samples of both Thomas H. Handy and William Larue Weller. Wow. Holy shit, Trev. Congrats, Trev. That's awesome, man. You know, I gotta say that Trev Wilson has been he's been the moderator in like every single chat on every WhiskeyTube channel on Earth. So, you know, if anyone can win a sample of this, I'm really happy that he did. So great, man. I hope he's still awake. He said, this is my week. Congratulations, Trev. That's awesome on you, man. All right, Trev. I will reach out to you. And we'll get you your samples of the Thomas H. Handy and the William Larue Weller. And with that, guys, thank you so much. Tonight we had about 100, almost 150 watching in the chat tonight. That was definitely easily a record for the channel. I know a lot of people love the BTAC series. This is amazing. To recap, George T. Stagg 2019, if you had a chance to buy it, I would probably take a pass on that one. William Larue Weller, amazing. And Thomas H. Handy was really good. A little bit of medicinal note. I'll see if that kind of dissipates over time. But the viscosity of it in the mouthfeel was absolutely unbelievable. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in tonight. And like I said, no live stream next week. I want to say happy Thanksgiving to you. Have a great holiday. I will see you the following week. We're going to be doing a barrel proof showdown. All these amazing barrel proofs I'm going to put into one blind flight to kind of name the top barrel proof of that flight. I'm trying to think of way too many. I'll be probably feeling pretty good at the end of that night. I'm going to need a lot of water for that night. But Kilojolt, send a sample of that lot 40. I just might. So I'll talk to Trev about that. But again, thank you so much, guys, for hanging out tonight. Had a great time. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for everybody that gave a super chat. Congrats to Trev Wilson, Jason Coates, and Cap and Make It Happen for winning the samples. And as I always say, it's not about the whiskey. It's the people you share it with. And I will hope to see you guys in a couple weeks. Like I said, happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you soon. Cheers, everybody. And I'll see you next time. Take care.